Hi, I'm Agunwah Tochukwu. I am a senior structural designer and I play in the gender stereotype space. Basically, we draw lines and curves using several softwares like AutoCAD, Inventor, PDMX. We just get what's in the engineer's mind and we put it on drawings using this software that I just mentioned. And the construction engineers use it as the end product to fabricate platforms, structures, things that are used offshore or onshore. You know, if you've heard of engineering drawings, yeah, that's what we do. To be honest, I never wanted to study engineering in the first place. Talk less of practicing engineering for over 10 years. Fate just brought me into it. I wanted to study pharmacy and I didn't get the cutoff mark from JAMB, and my sister encouraged me, because she's actually an engineer as well. She encouraged me to get into engineering, pick up a course, and that was it. I studied it, and coming out of school, I got a job straight into an engineering firm, and coming there, it was really not easy, you know, coming into a space where there are so many men, and you just have to prove yourself that you can actually do the job, and it wasn't easy, but I pulled through. When I was in school, during my studies, first year was very easy because it was like a recap of all we did in our SS3, and I was part of further maths classes, so it made it easier for me to pass through the first year because it was just like a recap. But second year was very difficult. In fact, I would still say second year is the most difficult year in engineering for me. And that was when I almost gave up. I was frustrated. In fact, I would read and I wouldn't even bother. I felt I couldn't even go through until I met a fellow woman, Ijoma, Ononobo. She was really helpful. We studied together and that made a difference. One other time too was when I was pregnant for my first daughter. I had a mentor. We called them mentors in my former organization, and he was very, I don't know if I should say he was a racist. He was never supportive. He was always frowning at me going for my antenatal classes. Well, I felt like, shouldn't I just leave this job and just go and have my baby? But I pulled through. And the only thing that made me continue in all this season was just that I knew that it was for a season and it would pass. And it passed. There are several challenges you face as a woman in this kind of industry, but I'll mention just a few. One of it is having to walk through an interview door for a male supposed role, and it's a woman that is showing up. You have to really prove yourself. Sometimes they already have a mindset, and until you prove yourself, then you can be given a chance. So that's a very huge challenge, you know. And other ones are, for instance, getting paid just a little bit lower than your male counterparts just because you're a woman. I don't know what they think, but you know, it just happens. It's a subtle thing that happens in the industry that we can't ignore. It happens when you get to find out what your male counterparts, and you're like, okay, because I'm a woman, it's there, which I hope it changes. So that's it. Obviously, it's a professional course. Everyone wants you to do it, but not minding if you wish to do it or not. But for my family, from my parents to my sisters and my husband, they've been wonderful. They've been encouraging, you know. Even though it's very demanding, everyone adjusts to just make sure you're giving your best to what you do. So they've been supportive. And First of all, I would say it's not a bed of roses, you know. It's not as easy as it sounds, you know. Having to play in a male-dominated space as a woman, you need to put in the work, you know. You need to make an effort. Sometimes it might require sleepless nights, you know. You might have to just face the heat, you know. And also, I would advise women to know their place. You're a woman, you're not the least, you know, and unfortunately the society we find ourselves in, women are kind of placed like they are lower than their male counterparts, but that's not what it is. And for us to change that mentality, you need to know your place. Just be supportive, you know, be friendly, develop your interpersonal skills. When the men know you're not after them, you're not there to compete with them, you're not competing with them in the sense that you're higher than them or no. Just develop your interpersonal skills. They would be the one to help you. They'll be the ones to fan your fire. They'll be the one to hold the ladder while you climb. Just make them feel comfortable around you. You get the best out of them. I also advise women to consider your profession when choosing your partner. Don't just choose anybody that can tomorrow say, you know what, this is taking too much of your time. I don't think you need to continue this way. No. When you're choosing your partner, consider your career. It's very important. You need someone that is very supportive. Okay, handling career and family is not easy, especially in Lagos, you know. Having to leave your home at 5, get back home at sometimes 6, sometimes 7, depending on how the traffic is. But one thing I know that has been helpful is having family support. Right from when I started having my children, I've had a family member stay with me. It's challenging because sometimes she also has to go to school, and whenever she comes home, that's when her support starts. But it's been, you know, helpful. At some point, I had to get a nanny for my kids. But all the way, it's been family. I can't underestimate the support I've gotten from my family. Also from my husband, he's been very supportive. You know, sometimes you come home, you're really tired and he understands, you know. So that's why I said, consider your partner, or consider who you choose as your partner before you start this career. Then I would encourage women to really pursue this profession, because we have few women. Imagine when I was in school, over 300 and something men, we had like 10 females. And how do we sit on the table if we don't start pursuing these courses? You know, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, they are called the STEM courses. If we don't start studying these kind of courses, and that's what's ruling the world right now, how would you as a woman be in the forefront? So we have to I encourage every other woman, every mother, encourage your children, your girl child. It's not for the boys. I mean, girls can also study. We have the ability to do this. It takes time, it takes your energy, it takes the party time, but afterwards it pays better. The remuneration in this kind of courses are higher than what it is we call the female role. So why not give it your best and play the game?